Classic me. Press start soon, go dive onto my bed. I've also got to send some messages. Hang on. You've gone live. Want to join literally whenever, except when I end it. Or I'll pester someone else. Let's see, what was I doing last? I was playing best game, one of Pokemon White. Where's it gone? That's the wrong one. That was the Switch thingo. Should explain why it says now playing Pokemon Pearl, lol, as opposed to now playing Pokemon White with a cool image of Zekrom. I love Zekrom. Zekrom's way cooler than Reshiram. Out of my way. What was I doing last? I had just beaten the Stryleton City Gym. I think I discussed a plan of like go do the cave shit with Team Plasma, then go to Nacreon City, do that gym with all the little stuff you got to do around it. Fuck, that's gonna be annoying. Then go through the Lost Lawn Forest. I think no, it's Pinwheel Forest. In the off time, like literally last night, I was being messaged at by, I think it was Brenton, who was talking about like the levels in like his playthrough of, I think he's playing Emerald, maybe, with like a randomizer going on. And I was like, what I need is to level up my Pokemon a fair bit. Because grinding, like Pokemon is essentially a game of like whose number's bigger than whose. And grinding is always fucking boring when it happens on stream. So I've leveled up all my Pokemon to like 20. I caught a Munarin and an Ordino. Yeah, I'm quite happy with this. Ordino's probably gonna stay in my team. Yeah, I guess I'm off to Nacreon City now. Ooh, and I can catch a Pidove. I want a Pidove. I want a male Pidove. One plus one is two, right? You're stupid. Let's see, let's try out this Razor Shell, and you can use literally nothing on Muna. Go, Ordino. Ordino, what's going on? That was one of my favorite sort of lines. I don't know if it translates across languages. I think it does, because it originated in the Japanese version of Oris. But like when you find Looker on the resort island in the post game, he's got amnesia, and you ask, "Who are you?" and he just gives you the Ordino 8. Ordino, what's going on? Ordino, who I am. Hang on. I keep Duwad in front. Man, Duot looks so cool. I'm not entirely sold on Samurott still. Ooh, a message. Both on El Discordo. Hmm. It should be fine. And I got another message about... Hang on, wait. Shit. That's gone away. Okay, yeah, that's coming through there.
Hey, hey!
Oh, fuck, that is loud. Well, hang on. That's the thing. It's probably not loud on the stream because I have desktop audio set to like minus 8.5 decibels. So that probably sounds normal.
Well, I haven't pulled up the stream yet. I'm in the process of just doing that on my TV, so
Wow.
I can.
You can watch someone play Pokemon White and you can experience it vicariously.
Yeah, I brought I brought Pokemon White with me, to America, thinking I'm gonna have a lot of time on the plane. I'm probably gonna get sick of playing, fucking... Oh, shit. Hold on.
Hang on, have you realized?
Turn the sound down.
Wait,
yeah,
what?
I'm turning the sound down on my TV now. Yeah, I had a lot. I'm probably gonna get sick of playing Metroid and Skyward Sword on my multiple 20-something hour flights. So, but then I just didn't play it.
I expected no less. I do find it really funny that you're going to the US and you could have been playing the Pokemon game based in the US.
And instead, when I did play Pokemon, it was either the Sinnoh remakes or I booted up Leaf Green.
Two of the worst games in the franchise.
I got to the point, like, I had to Google, when the fuck do you get the running shoes?
In which one?
In Leaf Green.
Right.
And it turns out you don't get them until after you beat the first gym, which is
ridiculous.
It's a decision. That's a
That's the thing.
It's a decision that was made, and I'll comment no.
Fire Red and Leaf Green have so many decisions that I just don't like. Like the whole Pokemon that the example I always go to is if you have a Golbat and you max its friendship out, it can't evolve into Crobat until the post game. So every time it levels up, you'll get the "oh, it can't actually evolve" thing.
What the fuck? Why would they do that?
Because they're stupid. But like that's something that was in my Let's Go script. I've been talking about and thinking about my Let's Go script a lot recently, that like after I finish White, I should probably play Pokemon Let's Go and start working on that again. But I was
from scratch.
I was looking at just some Google documents I have. By the way, we'll get to your America trip eventually.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm in there. I'm currently cleaning and like doing all that shit at the moment.
Right. Well, I
Hold on.
found a document on my Google Drive just called Pokemon the Switch Era. And it had like 3 lines written in it, and that is, the games are bad. My evidence is that I played them. And like I think the Switch era is gonna keep going on, but I don't know where I would classify the start and the end of the current generation. Because I feel like it should go back to Let's Go, because that's where a lot of the problems really start coming up, and then Sword and Shield are also there. But like all of these games so far have been terrible in their own unique ways. But like, I wonder if I could just compile them into a video.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I can hear the cleaning up.
What you're hearing is me pouring out fuckloads of broken glass from my travel case into a bin.
Right. Why is there broken glass?
Finish your story and I'll tell mine later.
Well, that's really it. It's just like, I'm thinking of going back and working on my Let's Go video, but expanding it to cover most of the Switch generation, the mainline games at least, because there's no fucking way I get it done before Arceus comes out.
I was gonna say, like, given how long it took you to not make the Let's Go video, this is just never gonna get done if you have to expand beyond Let's Go to other games.
I'm sorry, but I want to talk about how terrible they are as well.
It's just never gonna. This is just your pipe dream. Maybe like you're gonna be, like you're gonna be like dead and a ghost, and your unfinished business is that somebody needs to finish making this video for you.
I'll write that in my will.
Yeah.
Jack, will you finish the video for me? Sorry, will you start the video for me?
Neko, I'm gonna be dead long before you, and probably by your hand.
No comment.
Sparrow, come on, buddy.
Is he happy
Wait.
to be back?
He didn't come with me.
No. I mean like back home. Because he was with people. Obviously, he wasn't left there on his own. I know. Despite the fact that I'm at work tomorrow, I've been sort of drinking.
Right. Well, it is Monday.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, I've downloaded ODST, so I'm ready for next Monday. I think it's probably obvious, even without asking me, that I wasn't going to be ready for
Yeah,
Halo
no,
12.
I wasn't expecting that.
Come on, buddy. Come on. Yeah.
And I've sort of taken, the sensible strategy when it comes to playing games of just like, I'm just going to keep playing it until I finish it.
Yeah.
Am I going to be finished this game by next Monday? Probably not.
Oh, come on.
But
how about
I'm very, except for that, I'm playing this. You shut your mouth.
Sparrow, come on, buddy. Oi.
Hey, Bardo.
Huh?
No, just Bardo's in
I'm
chat.
just trying to stop him from going on the road. Sorry. We've got stuff to do, little man. Ugh. Come on, doggy. Nice to see ya. Alright, that was just one of my neighbors.
Right.
And Sparrow running off to greet him. I almost got him inside, and then he spots a neighbor, and he goes, I must say hello.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Fuck. It has. Also, yes, Barto, hello, how you doing? Pokemon.
He's back.
I'm not dead.
Which is the biggest surprise.
Biggest surprise isn't nobody killed me. Ugh.
So how was America? Do you feel like embracing patriotism? Saying goodbye to a stable... No, we don't even have that here, but a democracy?
You know what the biggest thing I missed notably...
Was your friends.
Anyway,
Jack.
Nah.
It's not a yes.
That's alright. Here's the thing, Neko. How many times prior to you working with us did we go more than like 3 or 4 months without ever saying anything, and then like our introduction back to like talking to each other is just one of us sends the other something incredibly strange?
9 times out of 10.
Yeah, so
But I wants to know if you know all the past presidents.
I know
Oh, Bardo, did you hear about Nancy Reagan?
I didn't hear about Nancy Reagan.
The less you hear about her, the better.
I mean, that's true, but now I'm curious.
I'll tell you when you're older. Anyway, you were saying something.
I don't remember what I was saying.
I also don't...
Oh yeah, the notable lack of healthcare when, I have to the several times that I've had to take a COVID test and I just like walk up the road and take one and then it's fine. The one time that it was anything more than that was I had to take a rapid test. So because I needed to do it and have my results.
Yeah,
like,
so instead of walking there, you had to run.
No, and because it was like I had to take the test at a private clinic, it cost me I think like $70, which I thought, oh man, that's expensive. But it is a private clinic. It's not like covered by Medicare. It's a private clinic, and it's like the expensive version of the test. So that makes sense. And then I had to take the same test to get on the plane to come back to Australia, and I thought, oh yeah, private clinic, because all healthcare in America is private, so that's probably going to cost like another $70. No, it cost almost $200 fucking dollars.
I love this system. It's so good.
So, I mean, fair enough. That's the rapid test. So, like, I mean, anyone, who's going to need to take the rapid test outside of like people who have an immediate need? So, that's fine, because if I wanted to take the non-rapid test, the normal one where you get your results in like 2 or 3 days, it's a lot cheaper. It's only $125. So that's much more affordable.
You should have gone to like a pharmacy and asked for the price of insulin. I literally would not survive in America.
You'd be dead.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, that was very notable.
Were they at least friendly?
So the thing I noted about service in America was that there was exactly 2 kinds. There was the kind where everyone was so polite that it was almost like being worshipped as a god.
Oh dear, that power you hold.
It was so intense. Like the servers like could be like so intensely nice and like helpful and amazing. And then there was the complete other side where they seem to hold a complete and utter disdain for you as a living creature. Like, it's not just like, like people always say it's like, oh, it's just because you're there and you're making them. Like, it's not because I'm making them do their job. It really felt like they held a loathing for my very existence. Like, it was really weird that you had that kind of like split. Because here in Australia, when a server doesn't like you, they just sort of don't use the happy voice. That's it.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's. What do you want?
Yeah. Can I take your order, please? Or just, hi, next, what do you want?
Yeah. I think I'd describe that as the 4:30 and your shift ends in like 20 minutes voice.
Yeah, it's like, whatever, it's fair enough. But so I was getting this burger while I was at the LA airport, and
it's a Peetov. It's the wrong gender.
No. I was getting a burger, and I ordered it, and like when my burger was ready, the lady just yelled out, number, come and get it, and then just like threw it on the bench. And then I picked up my burger and I was like, excuse me, I ordered a drink too. And she said, receipt. I handed her the receipt. And then she just walked off and didn't say anything. Is that like, fuck off, you're not getting your drink, or did it not go through? Absolutely no communication. She just walks off and starts doing something elsewhere, and then she comes back in like 2 minutes with a drink and just like slams it on the table and walks off. And I'm like, okay. Like, is this normal?
That's called being polite. Just went out back for 30 lashings. I failed. Ah, how could I have forgotten the drink?
So that was the most negative experience I had with like anyone in America. Was this lady who, like, I don't know, I think she just took one look at me and decided that I was worth hating. Like, real properly hating. So,
Can't imagine why.
Fuck. Probably fine.
Was this?
I'm putting a bunch of clothes in the washing machine, and I put the conditioner in the detergent slot and the detergent in the conditioner slot.
Right.
I'll just let it.
When you say conditioner, do you mean fabric softener?
Yeah, that shit.
Right. I don't know anyone who calls that conditioner.
I didn't know what it was called.
It says, what does it say on the bottle?
I don't know. I wasn't looking at the fucking. If I was
Go get the bottle. Go get the bottle. What does it say?
If I was looking at the bottle, I wouldn't have put it in the wrong slot to begin with.
Excuses, excuses.
I'm busy. I'm cleaning. That burger lady was just a bitch. That's not most people, fortunately. Yeah, that was the worst it ever was. Like, anyone else that had that kind of rudeness wasn't like that awful. It was like just general disdain for everything. I generally take David Mitchell's view on bad service.
I know
like,
exactly what it is that you're talking about.
Yeah, where he's like, you know, if you're like, if you work in service and you've got a big happy smile, that's the sign of either a liar or an idiot.
You're working this terrible job, of course you're unhappy.
Yeah. So. I love candid and like just perfectly candid service for that reason. I love it.
It's the electric zebra.
But yeah, so I got over there, had a great time. There was only one thing on our list to do that we didn't end up doing.
Was it like the Alamo?
Actually, okay, so that's two things. We didn't end up going to the Alamo.
That was the only thing I knew you were doing.
Well, no, I
was going to ask you, how was the Alamo, but now I can't.
We went to the Alamo Draft House, which is not the same as the Alamo. And the only reason that we were going to go to the Alamo was because we were going to the Alamo Draft House.
You were so close.
Well, we were several hours away. I'm not sure I would define that as close.
They've got the same name, Jack.
But you're supposed to remember one of them, and we forgot. We went to the other one.
The arguably more important one.
The definitely more fun one. we got there. It's a movie theater. That does really awesome shit. Like, for example, we went twice. We went once and we saw the new Resident Evil movie.
Was it any good?
We were totally expecting that we were just going to go in there and like be laughing our asses off at how shit it was. But we were very surprised to discover that it was just a perfectly watchable movie. Like, I don't regret having spent money to see it, and I would probably watch it again.
Here's my question, though. You regret spending money to see Cats?
No, but I don't regret spending money to see Cats because of how bad of a shit show it was.
Right.
It was... Whatever you can say about Cats, it was boring is not a criticism that you could label at it. it was interesting in the same way that it would be interesting if somebody lit your legs on fire. You know, it's not good, but you're not bored. You know what I mean?
I'll have people know that there's very little fuel on my legs to burn.
So yeah, we went and saw Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City. I do recommend watching it because it is the first adaptation of a video game to a movie that I've looked at and gone, I think this should be more well liked, and I hope it gets a sequel.
Have you seen Detective Pikachu?
I watched that on the plane on the way back, and my review of Detective Pikachu is that it is a movie.
Yeah, that's the correct opinion.
I enjoyed seeing the Pokemon in, semi-real life.
I enjoyed it
the
sometimes.
Pokemon battle. I enjoyed the Pokemon battles. There were fun little details, but if I had paid money to watch it, I would have probably felt a bit gypped. And if anybody says, "Hey, let's watch Detective Pikachu," my reaction is probably going to be, "Hey, let's not."
Yeah, no, that's completely
Seen
fair.
it once. Seen it once. That's enough. But yeah, I usually there's movies that are so bad they're good. Yeah, usually there are, and especially the Resident Evil movies, which are historically fucking horrendous. In a fun way, really goofy way. But I do highly recommend watching this one. I don't think it's a fantastic movie, but you are definitely not going to hate having spent your time with it. You're probably going to come out of it going, yeah, that was a good movie. You, Millen, probably won't care to watch it again, but I would perfectly be happy to watch it again.
Pretty sure I'm never going to watch it.
Well, you should. It needs a sequel. It didn't get much marketing.
In fairness, like most films that aren't like Spider-Man at the moment have been getting very little marketing. Like Spielberg did a West Side Story film. Currently, it's made like $10 million on a $100 million production budget. And like, I only know the film exists because of that. Because I was told no one's seeing this film.
Well, I think I really think that people should go and watch Welcome to Raccoon City because
I think more people should watch like smaller films. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's a smaller movie, and also because I really want people to watch it to prove that you actually can make adaptations of video games that aren't shit. And here is one that is really worth watching and is a good
The Last of
movie.
Us is getting an HBO miniseries adaptation.
Great, I don't give a shit. Go watch Raccoon City.
But what if it's really good, Jack, and it's encouraging more people to adapt video games that are already movies?
I don't have faith in that based solely on everything I've seen and heard of Last of Us 2.
Yeah, but Pedro Pascal is playing Joel.
Cool. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I also don't give a fuck. I'm just saying... I feel like it's just important to say these facts. That this thing exists, Jack.
A thing exists. You should be paying attention to that. No, honestly, the biggest name that I recognized in Raccoon City was Tom Hopper of Umbrella Academy fame.
Right.
And also, I think he was in Game of Thrones, but I don't know.
Who was he in Umbrella Academy?
He was Luther. Big monkey boy.
Right. I'll definitely be able to recognize him then. I still haven't finished the first season. I'm not going to, but...
Okay. Yeah, honestly, that's okay. I really liked the first season. I thought the first season was great.
I like the kid. He was cool.
The kid is easily the best part of the entire show, both first and second season. It's just a shame that he's the only consistently good part of the second season.
I think you're just a grumpy YouTube commenter.
No, I've just watched the second season.
Your evidence was you saw it.
My evidence is that I've seen it.
and have critical thinking.
Yeah. So, what was I saying? Yeah, Welcome to Raccoon City. Everybody should go watch that.
Right?
Because it's. I'm not going to say it's really good, but it's certainly good. So we watched that, and then we came back again to watch Child's Play.
That the horror thing.
That's the movie about the
franchise.
possessed killer doll.
Chucky. Yeah, Chucky.
Yeah, but not only did we watch it, we watched it on a one of the actual film rolls that they used in like the original theatrical release.
Oh fuck, that's cool.
So that was really cool. And then they had like a guy who came and was like giving a bunch of like really like cool trivia about the movie and like.
Shut the fuck up! Stop talking during the film.
Nah, this is before the movie.
Was he an employee or was he some nerd?
No, he was an employee. Bardo asked, "You guys ready for Spider-Man?" Yeah. Is that what you were talking about, Spudman? When you
Yes, that was Spudman. So you're not the first person I told that I got a ticket for that. I put it in like a group chat with Allison and B. And I was like, I got a ticket to Spudman, and I'm really tempted to get the ticket next to me so I don't have to sit next to anyone. And they were confused, going like, who the fuck is Spudman? And I'm like, oh, whoops. So then when I told you, I made it the conscious effort to be Spud.
So, what day is the 16th?
Thursday. So the day you go back to work.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to work and then go home, take Sparrow home, and then go see a movie with you.
Do you want to?
What I'm doing.
Is it 7:30? Yeah. At the big shopping center near us.
I know what you mean.
Right.
The Snoop Dogg place.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what did Jack play on the airplane? I mostly played Dread, but I also played some Pokemon Platinum and Pokemon Leaf Green. Pretty sure
didn't you say the remake?
That was what I played when I was in a movie.
Right.
Like Platinum when I was on the plane.
Right. Why would you go from like good game to shit game to good game? Why would you just cut out the Leaf Green part?
Well, but I needed Pokemon that were in Leaf Green. You know.
All I'm hearing is excuses.
But I mostly played Dread, which was I was having a very good time. I'm on the final boss.
Wow, you're fucking further than me. That's not that surprising.
I'm pretty sure like there was a point that I got stuck, where I didn't know what to do, and I'm pretty sure that's the same point that you got to, where you were probably running around a bunch, didn't know what to do, and couldn't progress. Is this not long after you take like the first train to the new zone?
I don't remember. I don't remember. It was a while ago. That if I was to play, I'd have to start again.
All right. Well, next time you do try to play Dread, let me know, because I'll be there, and I want to see if the point that you got stuck at is the same point that I did, and then I want to watch you just absolutely lose your mind at how simple the solution.
Right.
Was.
This isn't going to turn into what is it you had me play like ages ago, Dark Souls, where it's like there's a big boss, but you got to go through the side corridor around it.
No, it's not going to be like, well, it's going to be a less annoying version of that.
Oh.
Because in Metroid, they do actually tell you what the solution is. They just tell it to you, like, I want to say 10, 15 minutes beforehand, and you've had time to forget about it.
I think that's just a you problem.
So, I don't know. You might if the point that you got stuck is the same as the point that I got stuck, I am going to laugh, and then I'm going to tell you what the solution is, and then
This isn't really saving face, but I wouldn't describe it as I got stuck. It's more I just realized, I'm just sort of sitting here thinking rather than expressing verbally what's going on. But I was like, this isn't entertaining, probably.
Oh, some people do like that. Some people watch. Some people watch that specifically.
Right.
Box needs to go. So what else did we do?
Was this about the glass, by the way, in your travel bag?
Oh shit, yeah. So we went to this convention kind of thing called Horror for the Holidays,
Right.
which was like a horror-themed Christmas convention. They had like a Krampus parade where like they had like a bunch of people like dressed as like their own interpretation of Krampus, including one guy who had like actual children in chains walking behind him. Which was fucking hilarious.
I don't think he should be allowed near primary schools.
So that was cool. But yeah, because you'll probably remember that my apartment is very undecorated. All the walls are completely white and there's fuck all going on outside of one bookcase and a couple postcards. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to get some decorations while I'm here. So I went and I bought a couple things from like one of the local artists that was there.
Right. So it's
I
good
got
to
like this
support
really
the local scene.
Yeah, so I got this really cool drawing of like a forest spirit of some kind. That's like a kind of like a really creepy tree.
Oh, an ent.
Not really an ent. I'll send you a picture after.
At some point. And then what I'll do is I'll send how Christmassy decorated my place is.
Well, this isn't. The things that I got weren't really Christmassy.
Yeah, well, it's Christmas time, Jack. Get with the times.
And then I also got a from the same artist a Jeff Goldblum as a raptor in that one scene in Jurassic Park where he's got like a splint on his leg and he's lying with his like shirt open and like
that one. Yeah, I know exactly.
Yeah, I got that, except it's a raptor dressed up as Jeff Goldblum, looking all sexy and stuff.
And that raptor is wrapped up in the Goldblum robes.
He is. So the frames did not make it.
Right.
The art is perfectly intact.
That's the important part, really.
That's the important part. It's just the frames that are completely fucked and there's glass everywhere. So I'm going to have to find a place to put the art so that it's safe and it won't get damaged until I can find some new frames to hang it up in. Oh yeah, I also got, there's like a local comic artist.
Right.
Whose name I don't remember, but I was speaking to him for a little bit. And he's got his comic Halloween Man, which is meant to be like a sort of like a real like just sort of like a dumb, fun, like corny superhero.
Like a Captain Underpants kind of vibe.
Kind of like Captain Underpants, but definitely for adults.
Right.
But
Captain Lingerie.
Sure, it's Captain Lingerie. And I was looking around because like I was kind of interested. It's like it's really dumb but fun concept of Halloween Man. But then I looked and there was one issue that he had there called Ugly America, and I was talking to him and I said it'd probably be in bad taste for me to come to America for 2 weeks and the one thing, like the first thing that I buy is a comic about how fucked up America is, and he goes, "Shit, man, just fucking like if you." For that reason alone, he was saying that like that amused him, and he said for that reason alone, you should buy that issue if you're going to buy one.
I was like, you're not allowed to buy issue 1. You've got to buy that one.
So I did buy that one. I read it. It was fun. It's I mean, the front cover contains like a sort of like a Trump allegory.
Right.
That's obviously meant to be Trump, but he's in like a Ku Klux Klan outfit holding like a Necronomicon.
Fuck, how subtle.
I know. So, yeah, I mean, it was meant to be very over the top and everything. It was a fun read. It's very much not meant to change anyone's mind about anything. Like, if you're already on board with the message, then you'll find it amusing, and he's got little pieces at the end where he's like written because like some of the symbolism is a bit mixed and a bit strange, and
Right,
like, here's
just
why I use
clarifying.
this.
Author's notes.
Yeah, author's notes at the end are basically like, here's why I use this symbol. And the entire issue was plastered with like, normally this series, like through in all the author's notes, both before and after each issue, that like each like story that was in there, and like all this stuff of like, like this comic is normally meant to be just like sort of a really fun, stupid thing that I like doing, but I just kind of had to have an outlet for all the bullshit going on at the moment. So, if you're a regular reader, then like I think you're more than welcome to just skip these. They're not going to be like important to the ongoing story, because he wants the outlet, but doesn't want to make people uncomfortable. So like, just skip this if it makes you uncomfortable, whatever. But yeah, so that was cool. That place, Horror for the Holidays. I got to see a magician, which was fun. Oh, and I got a hardcover book, not at the place. I'm just looking at it now. Because I'm still cleaning up and going through stuff. I got a hardcover book of sea shanties.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Don't worry, it does not contain chicken on a raft.
No, but the important thing is, like, you're gonna learn more of them.
I already know a few. It does have one of my favorites in it. It's got Randy Dandy-O, which I love.
Right, keep it to yourself, please.
There's one called
I'll have
South
none
Australia.
of that on this. I'll have none of that on this clean, non-Christian Discord.
But yeah, it's that was cool. I got that. What else did I get? I got a few fun things. I got a book called Zeus Grants Stupid Wishes, which is meant to be like a shit posty retelling of like a bunch of different mythologies.
Right.
Which is pretty amusing. It's very obvious that it was written on the internet probably around the 2010s.
Right.
Just because
Oh,
of
do
the
they
way
use leet speech?
They don't use leet speech, but they do like just like the formatting, like stuff like that. Which I say just as like an observation. It's not like, oh, that's disappointing. It's an old internet thing. It's just, you can tell when you read it that roughly around.
It was actually taken from Wattpad.
But yeah, I've been having fun reading that. Hold on, let me whip it out just for a second. I'm not going to read anything. I'm just going to like tell you like some of the chapter titles and stuff. Like they have.
I was about to say, what was the fucking point then of taking the book out?
Like, okay, so they've got like here's the section on Greek stuff. Chapter title, sort of section titles are Cronus likes to eat babies. Zeus sticks it to Semele a little too hard. King Midas is Goldfinger, etc.
I don't like any of these.
From Norse, we've got Fenrir is a dilf. And then, so they've got like that, they've got like, Greek, Egyptian, Norse, Mayan, Judeo-Christian, Hindu, etc. And then the last chapter is United States of America. And here are the title names of all of those. First of all, the creation myth of America. John Henry was a steel-driving man. Paul Bunyan was a log-driving man. Pecos Bill was a cattle-driving man. And this is what Tom Cruise believes in.
Neko does not approve of any of this. Like, I want to say especially that last one, but I'm like, no, hang on. It's on about the same level as the rest, to be honest. I mean, the Norse one really fucked me up.
I mean, the Norse were in general pretty fucking.
They were furries.
Well, I mean, I want to disagree with you, but I mean, one of the most common tropes in fiction is the berserker. Literally means bear shirt. They used to dress up as bears and then act like bears on the battlefield. So, I mean, that's just what is that if not a weaponized furry?
So the phrase weaponized furry, please never say it again. Because it implies the existence of a passive furry.
What you're talking about is you're talking about DOMs versus subs.
Oh. This is not a conversation I wanted to have tonight, to be honest.
Ugh. Water, man, it's so good.
Hmm.
Fuck. What do we? So one of the other things, she took me to a bunch of like really cool places. There's a place called Cidercade,
Right.
where you essentially just go, drink booze, eat some like actually fucking amazing pizza, while playing like old vintage arcade games.
That reminds me of I tried ordering a pizza tonight because I wanted one.
Yeah.
Then like an hour later, I get like a notification from like Uber Eats, and it's like, sorry, we've cancelled your order. And I'm like, oh, thanks.
Does it give you a reason?
It's just like the driver encountered an issue, which basically means they didn't show up. So the restaurant's like, okay, fuck this guy.
So did you get your money back?
Yeah, I did.
Good.
But
That's
like,
something.
I'm just sad I didn't get the pizza.
That's also a very fair. Are you battling a gym right now, or is
Yeah.
this
This is a gym.
I can see you're fighting a herdia.
Yep, hardier.
Herdy. Yeah, so that was fun. We played. We spent far too much time playing Dragon's Lair 2.
Right?
Because like there was a point in there where like we couldn't hear any of the audio on it, so like it's not like we were getting the story, but there was a point there where like stubbornness took over, and we both decided that we were
Yeah,
Fucking-
just gonna brute force into it.
and like you have they had like the cost to enter was like I want to say like $15. So it was like $15, and then you can just spend however long you want. Like all the games are free. It's fine. You
That's
know?
good.
So we didn't have to pay for all of the retries. We just spent a lot of time trying to fucking. What did you eat to cope with the loss of said pizza?
That's the thing. I went and I got like a pack of sausages from the supermarket near me.
Yeah.
But turns out like I normally get like thin beef sausages, just a pack of those.
Yeah.
Because I quite like them. I accidentally grabbed the thick pack, and they tasted shit. Like I don't know what it is, but like there was more meat in it, and it tasted worse.
I think it's because they put the exact same amount of like the seasoning goes, I think, on the outside of the sausage. and
Right.
It's not in sausage meat. So what you're essentially eating is the exact same amount of seasoning, which is only supposed to be a light flavoring. So you've got a very, very light flavoring for more meat than it's supposed to cover. So it's probably,
I think
not
the
good.
bread that I put one of them in was probably the best thing I had tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another thing I wanted to bring up. People kept on telling me like that the quality of the food in America is just generally so much worse than Australia. The only time I really felt that was when I had fast food.
Right.
So like, I mean, we went to like a couple of like Savannah's like favorite restaurants, and she doesn't like dine fancy. You know what I mean? This isn't like, my my subject whatever was skewed because we were only going to like the amazing places. Like this is just like places that Savannah likes to eat and can afford to go to every now and then.
Yeah, just understanding like they have a decent standard for quality.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, fine. The food there was great. It was all good. I had no idea why people kept on telling me the food was so shit. And then I went to Burger King, and I was like, who the fuck is eating burger? Like, the way I would describe it is there's a scene in Brooklyn Nine-Nine where one of the characters is describing his ideal meal, and the joke is that he's just an incredibly boring person, and he describes his ideal meal as being, his entire diet would consist entirely of flavorless beige smoothies that contain all the nutrients required from the human animal.
There was a video by Ordinary Things where he was going over like health supplement things, and at the end of the video he just discussed this, like, yeah, this beige sludge of vitamins.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
people want that.
Yeah, apparently they do, I guess, because are the portions here in America bigger? Again, the only time I noticed that was at the fast food. I ordered a large meal, and what I got was I got a fucking bottle of drink that was almost big enough for me to swim in, with a giant packet of chips and a really big burger. And the interesting thing to note about that was that the drink had flavor because it was, like a normal soft drink. I had Dr. Pepper because I was like, I don't know what Dr. Pepper is. Sure, let's get that. Then I ate the burger, and I was incredibly surprised to notice that it was completely untouched by anything that could be even remotely called a flavor.
Such a culinary experience. Unparalleled.
Yeah, like I had the chips, and I was like, I mean, these are pretty flavorless chips, but I don't know, maybe
cardboard.
it's just yeah, it's like maybe this is just a shit Burger King that sells shit chips, like that one KFC, you know the one.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say where, you know the exact KFC.
Yep, I know it.
I thought, maybe it's just gonna be like that situation while I was eating the chips, and I was like, okay, well that's really disappointing, but whatever. And then I bit into the burger, and I'm just like,
it's like getting hit by a truck.
It was like if air was solid, and I'm not talking that about in texture, because texture it felt like a burger should. But honestly, I like, if it weren't for the fact that I could feel burger in my mouth, I would not have known at what point in time the burger was in there. It had, I'm honestly not exaggerating when I say it had no taste. Like, I'm not trying to be funny here. I mean, it literally had no taste whatsoever. Like,
I know the exact experience. Yeah,
it blows my mind that people eat there. People pay money to not taste anything.
Here's the thing. What's the prices?
I don't remember.
Like, yeah, but would you say it's about average to like what it's here?
Some stuff's cheaper, some stuff more expensive.
Right. No, I'm specifically talking about like the Burger King thing.
Burger King was definitely I'd say the Burger King was probably about the same price, to be honest.
Right, because the benefit of like, oh, I don't say the benefit, but like it's cheap food for the commoners.
Yeah, but I mean, you go to Burger King here, and it's like, it's a disappointing meal, but at least
we don't have Burger King. It's Hungry Jack's.
We have Hungry Jack's, yeah.
Also, like, while you were talking about like the flavorless burger, I was literally just thinking, it's like, oh, I live fairly close now to the Hungry Jack's that I used to work at, and every time I get like a burger from there, yeah, it's absolutely that experience. It's like, if I could have everything but the patty, but like the texture of the patty still in the thing, it'd probably be better.
I promise you, you're gonna have to take me there, and I'm gonna have to try and see if it's the same, because I've never had this experience in my life of eating food that literally tasted like nothing was in my mouth.
Oh no, it's literally just the patties. But like that's not meat. I work there, I know that.
Everything has gone up on the past year, including fast food.
Yeah, well, don't you get it? That's the resources, they cost more. That's just business. Inflation, that's just business. The value of labor, that's gone up. No, shut the fuck up. It hasn't.
I see you saw the same screenshot of a tweet that I did.
Yep. I've been thinking about that a lot today.
But yeah, no. So that the chips had no flavor. The burger had no flavor, and then I had the chicken fries as well.
Right.
Which also I was like, at least this will be fine because we have these in Australia and they're really good. What a fool I was! The chicken fries tasted like nothing. Nothing at all in Burger King had any flavor at all.
I wonder if there's a thing there of like, if we remove the flavor, no one can really complain that it doesn't taste like it's supposed to.
But I mean, that's what I was saying about like Hungry Jack's, is that like you eat a Hungry Jack's burger and you're like, it tastes like it should be better, but it's just not, and it ends up being really disappointing. But it's at least still like it has a taste, and I can see why people would really like it.
Yeah, it's the sum of some of its parts.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, it's I'm not gonna say a perfectly adequate meal, but you're gonna feel like you've had a meal after you.
Yeah.
But you know, fucking. So yeah, that was an interesting experience. My first fast food experience in America, and oh boy, let me tell you, absolutely nothing at all is different with KFC. The 7 secret herbs and spices seem to be all just different flavors of Empty Void.
Well, they have to cut down on it. There's only 2 now.
There's only 2 different flavors of Empty Void. Yeah, it was really noticeable. So, that was the only time I had the entire time I was in America where I really felt, first of all, that the portion sizes were big, and that the food was lower quality.
I mean, silver lining though, you got to drink the same drink that Okabe does in Steins Gate.
I did, and it was a real struggle not to just like hold up my bottle of Dr. Pepper and do like an Okabe rant at Savannah. But the thing is, I haven't shown her Steins Gate yet, and she wouldn't get it.
Oh, is that like that might be the thing that ends it?
No, it's
That'd
more
be
that
dreadful.
Like we just haven't gotten around to it. Like we were in the middle of Cowboy Bebop at one point, and we haven't gotten back to it.
You need
like,
actually you need to get back. Get off this stream right now. Wake her up and watch Cowboy Bebop. I
have seen Cowboy Bebop.
No, but watch it with her. It's literally
COVID
like COVIDflation's a myth.
Well, for some things it's a myth. Some stuff is like meat in Australia right now is genuinely a lot more expensive because all of the meat processing plants have to be shut down and there's a shortage.
I mean, we're getting back to it though.
Yeah.
Conveniently in time for Christmas.
Yes.
Oh no, I don't have any Pokeballs. Shit. But I really want this Petalil. I guess I'm gonna have to kill it and go back.
Just murder it. It's fine. Fuck. What else was I? Oh yeah, I went to an Outback Steakhouse.
Right.
That was cool.
Did it feel like home?
The one thing that bugged me is like, so they had like all these really awful puns based on Australia for like the titles of their food. They'd call it like the Sydney something chicken or something like that. Like, they had like the bloomin' onions, which are the famous one. But the one thing, like of all the things that they called different stuff or gave a stupid name, they still, anytime they referred to chips, still called them fries.
Yeah, because they're freedom fries.
So that was the one thing where I was like, "Aww." But they do good ribs. The ribs were good. I liked the ribs.
Okay.
So that was cool. Oh yeah, we went to a Christmas themed theme park, which was mostly not like operational because we went there on a Thursday, and I guess they just figured nobody would be there.
Yeah, the spirit of Christmas doesn't flow on a Thursday.
Yeah, so like half the rides weren't working, but the ones that were, we had fun on. And they had okay, so it was really weird. They had a lot of stuff there. Like the place was very clearly meant to be child friendly because it's like a Christmas themed theme park, you know. So they had this one performance that had like went up on the main stage, and we stopped by, and I was sitting there thinking, this is remarkably showgirl and like burlesque of a dance routine and outfit for a child-friendly event.
Well, just don't take your children.
Yeah, just don't take your children to the children's theme park. It's fine. And it was remarkably.
Why are there children at Pride?
And it was remarkably such when I realized that this was like the dance routine meant to introduce like the mascots of the
Oh God.
which were a couple of peppermint lollies by the names of Pepper and Mint.
Oh.
You could tell which one was which because one of them had a pink bow and the other had a top hat.
Oh.
And they came out and they started dancing, and they weren't as like good dancers as the actual dancers, primarily because the mascot outfits were really bulky, and it was clear that they could barely move in them.
Well, they should have designed it like that donut that can play the drums really well.
They should have, but they didn't. And then what was really funny was after their performance ended and they were leaving the main area, that it became obvious that they also couldn't see outside of their costume because people had to like come out and like slyly lead them by the hand back to the dressing room so that they could take the costumes off because they couldn't see. That was quite funny. It was really funny.
Yeah, it certainly sounds really funny.
Savannah also made fun of me because I thought there was actual corn in a corn dog.
No, it's really not.
She was amazed that I didn't know that there wasn't corn in a corn dog, and I thought, yeah, how silly of me to not think that there was corn in a corn dog. But then we found out that it's made from corn batter, so yeah, look at me. Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna put this on the record of like things that I knew. Never had one, but I for some reason knew this.
Well, it turns out that there is corn in a corn dog, Nico. So
well, not. I'm sure the way that you and I are both interpreting your understanding is that like it's a corn cob in batter.
Yes, but there is still corn in it, so I win. What else did we do? We went to a really cool like board game restaurant called Vigilante, where like you play board games and they bring out like a meal for you and you can like drink. And
I like it when restaurants do that.
But it was kind of like a cidercade where it's like you just like, I want to play this board game while I'm having my food, and then they just bring out a board game for you to play.
Right.
Really cool place. We had a great time there. We did mini golf. That was fun.
For you, it was extra mini golf. For her, it was just golf.
For her, it was like large golf. She's a
hobbit.
She's little and cute.
It's a bit suspicious. Those are the exact words you used to describe Sparrow as well.
No, I describe Sparrow as little and incredibly disgusting.
What's he doing now?
He is lying on the floor and being disgusting.
Right.
Isn't that right? Isn't that right? Oh, yes.
I'm sure he enjoyed his holiday.
He got to annoy other dogs.
That's what I call enjoying a holiday.
Especially for somebody related to me in any way. He is my son, and he will annoy people to death.
Doesn't annoy me.
Well, that's because he doesn't like you.
No, I reckon. I reckon next time I see Sparrow, he's gonna run up to me and he's gonna go, "Oh, it's you, person."
Person who I don't have a name for because I'm a dog and I can't speak.
I will name you.
Little Irish boy.
No. The whole point was we were meant to move on. It's in the script.
Oh. Alright.
You fool.
I think that's like all the main stuff that we did. Like we did others. You know, like we went to like an art gallery.
Right.
That was like local artists, and that's where I bought the frames that. No, sorry, that's not where I bought those. That's where I bought different frames that didn't shatter. But yeah, like I met a family. They were cool.
Right.
I gave them the gift of Andy Griffiths for Savannah's Sisters.
Right. That's the slug snail book, right?
There's snail.
There's like Andy Griffiths. There's a book with like a snail house looking thing.
Maybe.
I'm just thinking like that's probably like the last book I ever read. That's not true, but
I know he's had like a couple like short stories involving snails in across the books that he's written.
I'm just like
so I could see...
thinking of like these disgusting looking covers is all.
Yeah, he did do a lot of those. That's the art of one Terry Denton, whom we love. He wrote the Bum trilogy, the Day My Bum Went Psycho,
yeah,
Be Bum Rainus, Bumageddon, all those. He wrote those. He wrote the Bad Book and the Very Bad Book.
Oh, I hope he comes to do the Second Coming.
So stupid. Shit. So yeah, I brought some of that over for them, and I brought a Paul Jennings book as well.
Right. Which one?
I can't remember what it was called.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It was one of like the short story collections, but it was like a really big one, and it had this fucking like atrociously bad, honestly really terrifying CGI cat on the cover.
Right.
That would probably have given me nightmares to look at if I was a kid. It had some of the classics in it, like the one. Do you remember the clone one at all?
No.
Okay.
Good talk.
I'm not sure what Paul Jennings you're familiar with, but it was literally the only Paul Jennings book at the bookshop at Snoop Dogg Place.
Right.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg Point. The bookshop there had only one Paul Jennings book, so that's the one I got. I wanted to get some Morris Gleitzman.
Good choice.
But I didn't recognize any of the books that they had. They must have been like a lot of the newer stuff that he's done that I don't know about. I wanted to get them Doubting Thomas, the one with like the boy who has itchy nipples.
Yeah, that checks out.
So I wanted to get them that, but I didn't. They didn't even have the Toad books. Like, come on. What the fuck? That was like Come on, why don't you have the Toad books? Anyway, yeah, I brought that over for them, and they in turn had a Christmas gift for me, which I have got. They got me like a Christmas tree ornament that is the Texas flag,
Right.
and
Wait,
they
hang on.
got me.
States do have flags, right?
Yeah, that's
I-
why Texas is the Lone Star state. They've got a single star on their flag.
Right. I didn't know that.
That's the main thing I knew about Texas. Other than yeehaw is the other thing I knew about Texas.
Two things: Lone Star and Cowboy.
Yeehaw. Yeah, so they got me that, and then a really cute gift they got me was a pair of like really big Christmas bells. But
Right.
like, they came together, and I have one, and Savannah has the other. So it's
Oh,
like,
that's sweet.
yeah. So that was really cool. And they were a cool bunch. And
Well, that's good.
while we were there, we watched Let There Be Carnage,
The Venom film.
the Venom movie. Yeah,
Was it any good?
it's easily miles better than the first one. But if it's good or not, I can't say.
Right.
I feel like I enjoyed it a lot more than the first movie for reasons of quality, as opposed to just seeing Venom on screen not being a weird, whiny little bitch.
You see, Eddie, I'm kind of a loser.
Yes. I don't know. Yeah, it's not a great. The first Venom movie, I don't know. I would describe it as one of the most incompetent movies that I've ever watched that I enjoyed for reasons other than it's like laughing at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I have no idea how the fuck that works. Let There Be Carnage was like, you know, definitely a lot more competent of a film.
It was directed by Andy Serkis of Gollum
Yeah.
fame.
Yeah, and it had Woody Harrelson in it. It's Carnage.
Yeah.
And it had, I can't remember her name, but the chick who plays Tia Dama in Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean.
I also know who you're talking about. I don't know her name.
Yeah, so she was in it as Carnage's girlfriend.
Right.
He put on a good performance. That was cool. And also, I think the best thing about it is that I did not get the feeling that Tom Hardy, not Eddie Brock, the character, Tom Hardy, the actor, I did not get the feeling that he was drunk in this movie.
Oh, that's a step up.
Yeah. Because I think I remember saying that, like, the entirety of the first movie, I felt like Tom Hardy, the actor, was arriving on set completely drunk.
Yeah, he definitely seems out of it in a lot of scenes, and I don't think it's intentional.
Yeah, it did not seem like this was, like, part of the character that he was putting on. It just felt like Tom Hardy was absolutely blasted off his face and, like, 10 seconds away from throwing up from over-drinking the entire movie.
That's what the Venom effect is. It's just him vomiting.
So, yeah, I would say watch it. It's not going to blow your mind. You're not going to be sitting there going, "Oh, wow, that was amazing." Probably on the level of like the first one, where you're going to watch it and go, "Yeah, you know, I'm glad I've seen it, but I'm not going to watch it again." Except this time, it's more understandable because it's like just a fine movie, and it's
Right.
not apple that it's such a shit movie that you still enjoyed.
Did they explain why Venom, whose weakness is sound-based things, isn't like a rave club?
Yeah, but it's not a good explanation, and it does not.
That's good. I mean, like, based on like the screenshots I've seen of that bit, like, it looks nice enough.
Yeah, it's a fun moment. They don't really give a reason as to why he can be there, but they give a reason as to why he goes there.
That's good enough, right?
He's got an in-character reason to go to a rave. He's not got any kind of a reason to be able to go to a rave.
I watched Doctor Who. That's a step up.
So, there's that. Anything else worth noting? Oh yeah, I showed Savannah Boytown.
Right.
What's
What's Boytown?
Do you remember? It's a 2006 movie with Glenn Robbins and Mick Malloy.
Right.
In which
plot, please.
So the plot is that the first boy band ever is a band called Boytown, from back in the 80s, and they're now like 40 years old, and like nobody remembers them. And Glenn Robbins' character hears a cover of one of their old songs on the radio, and decides we need to get the band back together and have another go at this.
Right.
And so they're sitting around thinking, how the fuck do we get a boy band full of like 40-year-old middle-aged old men, to work and still be heartthrobs? And they're like, well, how about instead of trying to appeal to teenagers, which would be really fucking weird, we just try to appeal to our older audience, the people who remember us when we were big. And so they're like writing like, instead of like songs about how like, oh yeah, we're really cool and sexy for the the teen girls, they write songs like, and we're gonna be picking the kids up from school.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It's a really fun concept. Great movie.
Right. I'm just reminded of like before you left for the US, I don't remember the context, but I remember saying just at work one time of like, oh, it's really cringe when people like Fall Out Boy are still performing like their stuff that they did very early on. That's all about like young love. When they're like, 40, wearing like Adam Sandler shorts, balding.
Now, I reckon, given that it seems like you haven't seen it, I reckon you should watch Boytown, because I reckon you get even
no.
just
based on that pitch, it sounds like a right laugh.
It's really good.
Finally, something you've recommended that I might watch. Speaking of might watch, like, I did try to watch Good Omens.
You tried, but I honestly have no idea how you managed to do what the fuck you did, because, like, I feel like even if I was drunk, the moment that it went to the next episode and it was, like, not...
I thought it was non-linear storytelling.
I would have noticed. I would, even if I was absolutely drunk off my mind, I would have noticed.
No, because, like, maybe the next episode was just episode 2, because, like, there was the, I think it was the first episode of, like, the two, swapping the babies. That was episode 1, right?
Yeah.
Good. I've seen that twice. The next...
And was it... It was a good first episode, yes?
It was good enough to see it twice. And that's... I feel like I should just watch it again.
Yeah, you fucking should. I would not describe what you did as having watched it the first time.
I think it's kind of like, and it's something that Alison does that fucking frustrates the hell out of me. Of like, she'll get like a new album, and instead of listening it through in order, she'll have it in shuffle, like from the very beginning, and like that frustrates the hell out of me.
Tell her from me that she needs to be sectioned.
No,
that is psychopath behavior.
Like my go-to example is just like, okay, try listening to like Proto Man Act 2 in shuffle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, but like I feel like it was kind of that experience. I've seen all the scenes. Couldn't tell you what fucking happened. I don't understand it, but I watched it.
Watch it again.
I like. Here's the thing. Just to prove that I remember things, I remember Sister Slug. And that Adam has no, it wasn't Adam, it was the other kid. Needs to be nice to Sister Slug.
That was also the first episode, which you watched twice.
Wait, hang on, I thought that was episode 2.
Nope, that was still episode 1.
I thought time passed.
Time did pass, but like that was the time passing. That was the scene where
Right.
it's like time is passing.
No, I thought the second episode would have been like addressing the growing up. I feel like the swapping the babies went on for a lot longer than I remember it then.
No, the second episode was so the first episode was first the swapping of the baby, and then Crowley
Raising the kid as
the
management.
Aziraphale first having to come to the agreement to raise the
Oh,
kid.
right, yeah.
Because Aziraphale was not down with it and is still hesitant about the whole, disobeying.
Oh, but it's not disobeying if you're trying to stop Crowley.
And that's the argument that eventually works. But yeah, so that's like, so swapping the baby, convincing Aziraphale to help stop the apocalypse, and then the raising of the child.
Right.
And then the discovery that it was the wrong child.
Yep, and he gets a dog and he names it Dog.
Yep.
And that's the starting of the Armageddon.
That's the start of the second episode, I believe.
That's the start. Okay, so I have seen the second episode. Scene is doing some fucking heavy lifting here.
Yeah. So,
There was
Yeah,
a
go
scene in like a church with some Nazis. Was that in the first or second episode? Or third?
like the fourth.
Okay. So I've definitely seen the
go
fourth
on-
episode as well.
That was like part of like a montage where they're showing like Aziraphale and Crowley throughout.
Yeah. I could tell that one from the passage of time and the disparate events.
So, yeah, why don't you just like watch the show in order? Because you seem to agree that it was a good show. You just didn't understand any of it because you watched it all out of order like a fucking moron.
I
And
feel
this-
like I
it's one of
don't
the
ever
few
want to do it
times
because
where
that's my proudest boast.
The thing is, like, normally when I call you a moron, I'm doing it in jest. This is the first time that I'm calling you a moron and genuinely wanting you to feel like I am actually insulting your intelligence, because I still don't have any fucking clue how you managed to do this.
VLC player was on shuffle and I didn't realize until I got to episode 1 again.
Oh, how did you not realize?
Because I didn't look at the bar at the bottom and go, ah, shit, shuffle's on.
No, but you're like,
Again, I've seen a lot of art house films that use non-linear storytelling, and like
Did you get the impression that even though it was non-linear, it still had a kind of thread that you could follow? Did you think that maybe it was because it was supposed to be watched in the order that was fucking shown to you? Oh my god!
I think that's asking too much of me.
You took a fucking film class, Lego. How did you not realize?
Bold of you to assume I learned anything in those classes.
It hurts.
I'm glad nothing's changed then. You're not?
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Okay. We'll move on from that before my head actually explodes and
No, I'm just gonna try and remember other scenes that happened. And then sort of quiz you of like, what happened next? No, I got nothing.
How about you just read the book?
That's even less likely to happen.
I know, but it's not going to happen. Sorry, I'm just trying to organize some shot.
That's okay.
There we go.
Oh, that was quick.
Plugged that fucker in. Got this fucker here which needs plugging in. And I got that fucker there which needs plugging in, but I don't know where I'm going to plug it in.
Probably into a socket.
You know what? That would be the logical conclusion. Arrgh. That looks like the right cord to me. Unplug that. Plug it in elsewhere. Should be good.
Oh, this stuff sort of makes me think. Like, it's been fucking boiling just randomly. Like, boiling and raining in Melbourne while you were gone. What was the weather like there?
You know, it's supposed to be winter over there, and I know for a fact that even in Texas it gets fucking cold because they had that massive freeze last year.
Right.
Like, Savannah had to move out of her apartment for about 3 months because the entire thing was just completely frozen over.
Oh, shit.
That's how bad it got. Because Texas is on its own power station and refuses to join up with the rest of the country because they seem to think they're their own country, but let's not get into that. Anyway, so I know it gets cold over there, right? But the entire time I was there, the weather was somewhere between nice and hot.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and hot.
Yes.
One
day we'll discover more than 2 adjectives.
I mean, those are the only 2 adjectives to really describe the way the weather was. It was nice sometimes, and then sometimes it was hot. And there you have the entire weather for the 2 weeks that I was there.
Oh, that's nice.
And hot.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Come on, you can't tell me with a straight face that you weren't trying to set me up for that one.
I wasn't.
You disappoint me.
Like, yeah, I genuinely wasn't.
Oh.
What Pokemon am I gonna use?
Against Woobat, obviously Petalil.
Well, the thing is, it's on low health. That I should be able to, like, win.
Only if you're faster.
No, it doesn't matter, it uses a status move. And who needs speed when I'm strong? I need to find a Sunstone. Oh, fuck, I can't get that until I get to Nimbasa.
Ugh, new Nimbasa.
Oh, these trainers. Why do they want to battle me in this Pokemon game of battles?
They just don't like you. They look at you and think, fuck that guy. And then they try to, but with their Pokemon instead of their genitals.
Oh.
Does that answer your question?
Not really.
Okay. Well, at this point, that's a you problem. Oh boy. Oh, trying to get my joint into some kind of order, it's a lot more difficult than I was expecting. All of the PS4 games are going there. I'm kind of tempted to just kind of like give up and for the night. Be
right.
Like, you know what? I'm gonna go play some Total Warhammer. But if I do that, then I'm gonna feel bad. So I'm not gonna do that. Erg. This game, which I've not played because it's in Japanese. I only bought it for the phone.
Oh, okay.
I imported a Japanese game. I imported a Japanese version of the Steins Gate limited edition visual novel
I'm gonna be honest.
because it came with a replica of Ogre Bay's phone.
Yeah, when you said phone and game, I was like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, you fucking nerd.
I've got an Okabe costume. It needed a
It's not really a costume when it's just like regular clothes and a science jacket.
I mean, it's very specific regular clothes and a science jacket, and it's also very. I also have a very specific pair of slippers that I had to actually make because I couldn't fucking find the right shit. Nobody apparently will sell a pair of normal green slippers.
Right. So
I don't know
how
why.
did you make them?
Do you remember the furry that I dated?
Yes.
She helped me dye a pair of grey slippers green.
Ah. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I was imagining something a bit more elaborate, like, I don't know, you went to a spotlight and you got some, like, not crushed velvet, but, like, that kind of look, but in felt, I guess. I guess felt's the word that I'm looking for. And just sort of
I mean,
wrapped it around a pair of slippers.
it was a bit more complicated than I made it out to be, but that was essentially the gist. We got some grey slippers that were vaguely the style that I needed, and then we dyed them green. And that's the gist of the story. I figured that anything more elaborative than that would probably be annoying.
No, anything more than that would be like a wiki how, but without illustrations.
Except for it probably would have been, but I also don't know what the fuck I'm doing, so even if it was more elaborate than that, it probably would have just been me fumbling my way through trying to explain what we did, and then
Right.
failing.
Yeah, and also, like, it doesn't matter, you dyed some slippers green.
I dyed some slippers.
Good on you, bro.
So I did that. I got the Future Gadget Lab pin. I found like a pin that somebody was selling of the Future Gadget Lab.
Right.
So I've got that. I've got a blue pen and a red pen. And
I've also got a blue pen and a red pen and a black one.
And that's the outfit, basically.
Right.
But without the black one, because Okabe doesn't have a black pen in his fucking lab coat. Just a blue and a red one.
That's an interesting detail that I imagine a lot of people would try to get right, and a lot of people like me would just be going, cool.
Oh boy. Much better. Ooh, my phone's only on 16% battery.
Oh no, that's what Discord does. It eats batteries.
And also, my phone was only on 30% battery when I called you, so.
Right.
How far into white are you now? I've had it on my TV.
gyms.
2 gyms?
Well, I've only done 1 gym tonight, but I've done some story stuff as well. Which means, now that that's out of the way, I get to go across the bridge to the big city. The big little city.
The Little Big City. Is that where, like, is it like Little Big City that exists on Little Big Planet?
No. But part of me wants to play Little Big Planet now.
I've got a PlayStation. I've never played Little Big Planet. I probably should.
He's so cute.
He's so cute, Little Big Planet, man. He is made of sack.
And we gotta walk all the way across this fucking bridge. It's so cool.
I think I vaguely remember this bridge.
There's a boat. It's awesome. Yeah. I remember this.
Boat.
Thank you. I think.
Even I don't know what that means.
I'll make you make sense.
Good luck.
Oh, we've gone all the way across the bridge and there's cars going under it. That's so cool. I love the blend of 2D and 3D that, like, if they were to do a remake in exactly this style, but, like, polish it up, It'd be fucking gorgeous.
You know, I think that like the biggest thing that made me not like these games when I first played them was just some of the animation was. I like it's really good for the DS. It's fucking amazing for original DS, but it was just something about it was unpolished enough that it gave me motion sickness, which is really weird. But
I'm not sure what what would cause that in this game. That's weird.
yeah, I don't know. Something about it just made me feel vaguely ill to look at.
It was vanillish.
Vanillish made me not vaguely angry, but absolutely furious that it exists.
You know, on that topic, actually, so we didn't get, the other day, I did the stream where we were ranking all the Pokemon, and we only got up to, like, the end of Kanto, and that took us, like, 4 fucking hours.
Of course.
That, like, I'm pretty sure, like, do you want to come in just for the Unova one?
Just so I can tell you all that Vanillish is shit.
Yeah, and, like, I can have the controversial opinion of going, nah, it's fine.
You say controversial when we all know that you mean wrong. Your objectively wrong opinion.
I'll have you know I have the right opinions.
I'll have you know that I don't know anything about that guy.
I know that he covers losers, essentially.
Talks about YouTube drama or something.
Yeah.
Which, you know, cool.
Yeah, his videos are usually an hour, but like, don't care.
I might have watched 1 or 2. I don't know.
I probably have 2. I just don't know what they would have been because they're all the fucking same.
Did he do a video on Onion Boy?
I think he did. No, that might have been. It's not Leafy. No. Who was it? iDubbbz.
I know.
iDubbbz, I think, did on Onision.
I know for a fact that I've never watched an iDubbbz video. Like I've never in my life.
Don't give a shit about
video.
Content Cop.
Is that like where that comes from, iDubbbz?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know that now, and I'm not any more fulfilled for it. But
Yeah.
I know it. Yeah. No. So I've never watched an iDubbbz video, and the only video I've ever seen talking about Leafy is like the really, really old Sean video.
I don't think I've even seen that.
So, yeah.
Oh, look, this city is filled with people. I compare this to most of the cities in fucking Sword and Shield that have like 12 NPCs. They're all standing completely still. And you can't even interact with any of the elements in their houses. Did I mention that Sword and Shield are terrible? I like Sharon. He's interesting.
Alright, I got a wrong number call, and my ears were really in pain because for some reason, when I had an incoming call, it increased your volume by like 500%.
Ah.
And then I tried to answer the call thinking, oh yeah, it'll be fine. It'll just correct that when I answer the phone, and it didn't. I was trying to tell this woman, like, trying to hear what she was saying, first of all, and then after that tell her, sorry, you got a wrong number, but I couldn't do that because you didn't realize that this was happening and were just screaming in my ear.
Jack.
Yeah?
Maybe I did. Maybe I planned this.
You planned this. You planned somebody to call and ask if I was a woman named Amy.
Yes. Does that sound out of the realm of possibility?
Honestly, no, and that's kind of concerning.
Okay, now that we've gotten out of the realm of possibility, what about the realm of probability?
Hmm.
It,
My biggest
it becomes
concern
less
right now,
likely.
my biggest concern right now is that I bought a bunch of old PS2 games while I was in America,
Right.
and I just spent about that, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes organizing my shelf space so that I could fit Savannah's PS2 and all of the games on there, and now the games that I brought back from America seem to have gone missing, and I don't know where they are.
Oh.
They were in that plastic bag, which is now being used for something else. So I would have put them on my bed, but they're not here. So in that case, they went on my bed at one point, and then I picked them up. I took them out here.
Are they on the bench?
And I did what? No.
On one of
not on
the
bench.
many boxes that are probably still in your house?
Nope. Not there either.
The couch.
Not unless Sparrow's somehow managing to sit on a giant pile of PS2 games and not be obvious about it.
Are they on the bookshelf, just like on a loose shelf?
I'm looking there now and it looks like no.
How many are there? Are they on the TV cabinet?
It'd be like 6. 5 or 6, I think.
Right. So they'd have
and
like
no,
the mass of a tissue box.
Something like that, yeah.
Why don't I say mass? I mean volume.
Yeah. I knew what you meant, but I wasn't confident enough in maths and science to correct you.
This is
And
English.
frankly, I didn't care. Where the fuck did they go? Hey, little Sparrow. Are you sitting on 5 or 6 PlayStation 2 games? No, he's not. Okay.
Wouldn't it be really funny if you hadn't realized, but you did put them on the shelf already?
You know what? Let's have a look. Okay, no, I did not put them there.
Okay. So I was gonna say you
But
probably don't admit that.
Well, you know me, I would have admitted it. But they're not there at the moment. Unless... Okay, yeah. Because if I moved them from the bed, it would have been out here with the explicit intention of putting them on the shelf here with the rest of these games.
It'd be really funny if they were in the laundry.
Oh, fuck. Now I've got to check. No, they're not here. What the... Where did I put them? This is insane. This is insanity.
No, what's really insane is that, like, I'm not even there and I'm just like, oh, maybe it's over there.
Have I gone out to the bin in the last 20 minutes, as far as you're aware?
I don't think so. The last you were out was Sparrow was outside and I saw the neighbor. That was like an hour ago.
I've been out a few times since then, so if you couldn't tell, then that's not helpful for me.
No. Are they on your desk next to your computer?
No. I say, while currently looking at my desk, which is strangely enough clean enough for me to be able to tell at a glance whether or not 5 or 6 PlayStation 2 games are there, and yet I'm still not entirely certain that they're not, and I'm not just not seeing them.
Right.
That's the box that had the PS2 in it. This is the bag that had games. Neither of them have games in them right now. I'm confirming that as a certainty.
Okay.
I didn't put them back here. This... fuck. Oh, Iris is there. I forgot Iris was in this game.
Yeah, she's actually a character. And not annoying. And she becomes the champion in the second game. And before you
Spoilers.
go, I don't think it fucking matters. Like, it's not like it's a mystery. It's not like the game's going, ooh, I wonder who the fucking champion is. Ever since Alda stepped down, who could it be? Ooh, we'll never tell. It's like, no, it's Iris. Who cares? Because, like, unlike in Black and White, and, like, this is, it's not even a criticism of Black and White 2, but, like, the Elite Four and the Pokemon League in Black and White 2 just feels very separate from the game. Like, it feels like the game happens, and then you got to take on the Pokemon League because that's just how the game goes. Because that's just the Pokemon tradition. I get that that's kind of Pokemon's MO all the fucking time. It's just that Black and White did something unique.
I found the games.
Where were they?
They were in... I, for some reason, put them away in one of the shelves under my bed.
Right.
Anyway, I have them now.
That's
but yeah,
not where they go.
yeah, that's where they were. But yeah, you were saying?
Oh, just so, like, the Pokemon League and that whole challenge is better integrated into Black and White than literally any other game. Just because, like, that's when the climax of the game happens.
I mean, the climax of Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum happened, like...
After the 7th gym.
Yeah, like, you've still... Like, you beat the climax, and then you've got... Hey, anyway...
Yeah, no. Like,
Thanks for settling that whole issue with God. Anyway, now go and beat this other Pokemon gym before you're ready to battle the champion.
And that's the thing, like, I wouldn't use that as, like, a point of criticism of any game. It's just like, oh, Black and White, you did something amazing here. Thank you. Game Freak, can you try again, please? Because, like, even Sword and Shield, they tried, at least. It wasn't good, but they tried. Well, hang on, no. My issue with Sword and Shield is that it didn't put in the legwork to get there, rather than it did the same thing as Black and White.
They liked it. People liked it when Black and White did a thing, so let's just do that. But you need to put in effort. No, we don't. We'll just do the thing.
I don't even think it's that, because, like, I think of Sword and Shield, and I'm like, okay, so it's gameplay, and it's incredibly fucking vapid, up until the last, like, maybe 20 minutes of the game, and then it's plot, 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 plot. Except it's not even very good. It's Chairman Rose, the villain of the game, for some reason, is like, oh, there's going to be an energy crisis in 1,000 years, and so I need to unleash the evil legendary Eternatus in order to address the energy crisis that's going to happen in 1,000 years, and I need to do it today instead of tomorrow or the day after, and disrupt the story or the gameplay, because
you know, I can kind of see what they were going for.
Yeah, like, I appreciate
really
the
dumb.
idea of, like, oh, well, if you can fix the problem today, sure. Unfortunately, yeah, no. It's all inflated to a ridiculous degree that, like, it just loses its value as a point.
Well, I was sort of more going for, it sounds like they were doing, like, a sort of a climate crisis
Yeah,
thing. Where it's
they do a lot of that in Pokemon.
Yeah. And it's like, well, it's not a problem today, but it's going to be a problem, like, years and years down the line if we don't do stuff about it today.
Yeah.
So it's like, that makes sense, where it's like, if we don't do something about it today, it's going to be a problem for, like, generations that aren't even born yet. So, like, you know, the idea is fine.
Yeah. The issue is, like, 1,000 years is far too nebulous.
It's far too nebulous to do something like unleash a world-destroying power.
Yeah.
We've got 1,000 years to solve this problem.
And like, I really like Thanos in Infinity War, but I'm at the point in my life where I'm just like, yeah, fine, he's an idiot. So what? He's got conviction. But like, I remember when Sword and Shield came out, I went back to my Let's Go script, and I'm just gonna keep coming back to it, time and time again. And like, one of the things that I wrote was like, in order for plot to happen, usually the villain has to have a moment of insanity.
You know what? I can see that. I still don't necessarily think it applies to Thanos because he didn't have a moment of insanity. He had the entire time he was on screen. He was making no sense.
No, but like, no. I'm bringing that up because like I defend Thanos as like he's got convictions and stuff all the time, and I need to get that out of the way of like, yes, fine, I'll agree with you that he's an idiot.
You know what? I'll agree with you that at least in Thanos' case, he is a consistent idiot.
Yeah, but did you consider the fact that now he's like a martyr because he was trying to save the world from Celestials by halving all life instead of, you know, using the stones to get rid of the Celestials?
Right.
Yeah. Hawkeye's good, by the way. I want to just put that out there, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. It's like the cosmic Marvel stuff, oh, stay the fuck away from it. It makes no fucking sense anymore. But like the street level, Hawkeye, of all fucking things, like that's pretty good. Anyway, just back to my point, that's my tangent within a tangent within a tangent. Pokemon villains have the moment of insanity that justifies their whole suddenly enacting the plot. I say justify, it really doesn't.
Well, justify maybe not, but you know, it justifies
it's
there
a
being
trigger.
a narrative.
It's a trigger for them to commit to stupid actions.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of like examples in Pokemon where it works. And I'm like, well, Giovanni's not insane. He never has a moment of insanity. That's good.
He's basically just a mob boss, and that's fine.
Yeah, it's really simple. And when he discovers interdimensional travel in Ultra Sun and Moon, I'm like, yes, Team Rainbow Rocket is amazing, because he's still just a mob boss. He just went through the multiverse collecting, like, the villains that won. I love Team Rainbow Rocket so much.
Sometimes you just have a simple villain.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Speaking of Marvel stuff, I watched Shang-Chi when I was on the plane as well.
Right? Were your thoughts that it was okay?
My thoughts was that the fight scene on the bus was fucking amazing and would have justified the rest of the movie on its own. The rest of the fight scenes were not as good, but still pretty good.
Oh, I really like the one where he's fighting Death Dealer in the building.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Like the knife that flings out of the hand and the camera traces it. Fuck, that was a good shot.
And I'm pretty sure there was a plot at some point in that movie, but I don't remember what it was.
It was Ten Rings guy hears his dead wife, and goes to unleash her, but doesn't stop when he starts seeing the evil bats that are killing people.
Right. Oh, yeah. You know, I also remember being kind of disappointed by the Dweller in Darkness not being a weird Lovecraftian monster.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like a
evil.
Yeah. Actually, you know
thing.
what? There was an alien in Ben 10 actually that I'm pretty sure had the exact same design. Like, I feel like they just took this Ben 10 alien and then turned it into like a CG monster.
I really like The Secret Village, but that third act, oof. CGI sludge is kind of how I have to describe it. But I like the fact that, sure, Shang-Chi killed a guy, but he was a kid, and he's not an asshole now. Like,
yeah.
That's, he's got a step up from most of the heroes at the moment. Isn't that depressing?
I think it was, yeah. Again, it's that thing of like I had a really good time while I was watching it, just because the fights were amazing and well choreographed. I don't think there's literally anything else in that movie worth going to see it for.
What's his name? Wong singing Hotel California in the post-credit scene.
Totally forgot that even happened.
The Wong vs. Abomination fight that lasted all of 20 seconds.
Totally forgot that Wong was even in the movie at all, let alone Abomination.
I was gonna say, Abomination is like, fucking hell. Of course, he's the more forgettable one, hopefully.
Yeah. So there was that. I also watched The Suicide Squad.
Okay, if you don't praise the shit out of the character work, I am actually gonna kill you.
John Cena was amazing.
Oh,
He was my favorite.
Peacemaker is fucking great. I really love Joel Kinnaman's final line. Honestly, Rick Flag, yellow shirt.
Right. Yeah.
Fucking hell. There's some really good performances in that film.
I really loved Polka Dot Man too.
I really like
he
him
was
too.
fantastic.
I think
Yeah,
when you hadn't seen the film at this point, but like I'd seen it, and I think I remember saying like there was one death that really annoyed the crap out of me because it felt unnecessary, and that's Polka Dot Man. I like that he finally embraces at the end that he's a superhero. That doesn't mean death though.
I kind of agree, but at the same time, like Polka Dot Man's power was so powerful that he could have just killed Starro, no problem. So they kind of had to get rid of him somehow. They probably could have found a way to do it without killing him. Like they could have had him like wrapped up somewhere else, needing to do something. But I feel like that probably they would have had to add like another like 10 minutes or move stuff around to try and explain what the hell he's doing and give him a reason to not be there.
I would have just had it so his things, they're annoying and distracting Starro rather than cutting into Starro.
I can see that, but
easy fix.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like his polka dots kind of just destroy all matter. Wouldn't? I think it would feel a bit sort of forced and fake.
I think it's a cosmic thing. Like it's a very minor thing. Of like the rest of the film's pretty damn good.
Yeah, at this point, this is just like semantics over what would have been more or less acceptable to us individually about Polka Dot Man. I feel like we both agree on the point that they probably could have done something to have him not die.
I'm a fucking superhero.
I really like at the start of the movie when they just like killed everyone.
Yes, I like that a lot.
I was sad that Boomerang died though, because he was fun.
I'm indifferent. I didn't mind Jai Courtney in the first film, but that first film wasn't great. So I'm quite happy with them trying to cut off baggage. Yeah,
look, I mean, I don't think I would have wanted Jai Courtney as like a main character in this one, like Captain Boomerang is a main character in this one. Not because like I don't like him or anything. I would have been fine if they found a way to get rid of him. I'm just sad that it had to be death.
Right. I mean, the alternative would be just like don't have him in the film.
Yeah. And then I don't know, he can be in like the next one or something.
Yeah.
But I loved Weasel too. Weasel, I think.
Yes, best character.
Best character, Weasel.
Did anyone check if Weasel could swim? He just fucking plummets, starts shrieking.
And then they like just they he was the one person that they had to bring back at the end and have
absolutely.
Not die.
I think the film would have been worse if they killed Weasel.
I'm really hoping we get to see Weasel in later movies.
I want him to appear, like, they're doing a Peacemaker show for HBO. I kind of want Weasel to cameo now. Just because, like, it's James Gunn writing it. I'm sure he could do something amazing.
I think my favorite shot is when they're doing like the putting the crew together and like
Right.
they're like introducing Idris Elba to everyone, and
Yeah,
then they just kind of like walk past, and then you just
he's
kind of
licking
like
the
turn
glass.
around.
Yeah.
He's just lick it, yeah.
Is that a dog? Is that a dog, mate? What kind of dog do you think it is? I bet's Afghan Hound.
What the fuck kind of dog is that?
He's not a dog, he's a weasel. He's harmless. Well, no, he's not harmless. He's killed 23 children.
I really want to know his backstory, but
I-
like the problem is it's one of those things that I really want to know it, but I don't want to ever
Yeah,
have it,
yeah.
because the fact that you don't know, like, the funniest
It's
thing
just
about
the
Weasel.
funniest deadpan line.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I think makes Weasel work as like a comedy thing, is that it's just so what the fuck is this?
That everyone
And if
takes
you-
him so seriously.
Yeah. Like, I would never want to have a Weasel show or a Weasel movie or a movie where Weasel is like a primary character and they explain stuff about it.
Oh, give him like an emotional like climax of like he's got to choose to kill like 23 children or the villain, and he makes the wrong choice.
Yeah, something like that would be great.
But then you get you need to show in his face that like, oh, he's really torn up about it, but like it just looks like fucking Weasel.
Oh man, Weasel is amazing. Fuck, there was something else I was going to bring up. I don't know what it was.
Ratcatcher 2 was also fantastic.
Yes, I did. Ratcatcher was the only character in that movie outside of Harley Quinn that I had prior knowledge of, and that's purely just because of dumb Easter eggs in one of the Batman Arkham games.
Right?
You can just find like Ratcatcher's like equipment hidden in one of the vents in Arkham Asylum.
That's pretty
it.
cool.
Yeah. So that's the only one that I had. So I really like that, like, for this one, they kept up the thing that the first one did a lot of, but did not entirely do, of, like, having mostly just unknown, dumb villains.
Yeah. And like, here's the thing. I don't think I want James Gunn to do the next one. I really like this one, but I kind of want someone else. And just keep doing, like, unique, new films, I guess.
Yeah.
But
That
like,
would be good.
yeah, I want them to keep that up. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could absolutely believe that like the next 10 years of DC films are like just filtered through James Gunn.
Well, he's the he made
He's
the
the one
first and currently only decent movie
Yeah.
that's in the DC universe, so, you know.
What? Are you telling me that Birds of Prey and the Emancipation of One Fantabulous Harley Quinn, or whatever the fuck it's called, wasn't a good movie?
You know what? They had that on the plane, and I was considering watching that, and I went for Detective Pikachu instead.
You made the right choice. And I
You know
saw
what
that
else
in cinema.
You know what else they had on the plane, which I did watch, and also chose to watch over Fantabulous, whatever the fuck, was the Speed Racer movie.
I fucking love the Speed Racer movie. The Wachowskis are fucking on point with that.
The entire it blew my mind that movie exists. Like, I thought, because, like, you know, it's this dumb anime from like the 80s that like old people still remember, right? So like, I wholly expect, yeah, sure, let's make a movie out of it and, like, I don't know, orient it towards the people who still remember Speed Racer from their childhood, or we can bring it back as like a thing for like, and introduce a whole new generation to Speed Racer, this really corny product from, you know, the 80s or whenever the fuck. And they didn't do that. I don't know who this movie was for.
It was for me and people like me.
Like, the plot was so convoluted that, like, nobody under the age of 12 is going to be able to follow the plot, but also nobody over the age of 12 is going to watch that movie and go, yeah, this is great, I'm loving this.
The effects, though.
They were they were so shit.
I don't care.
But
That's the thing, though, of like, I really appreciate the style of Speed Racer, and it's films and the Austin Powers sort of fruity, campy look that I want more films in that sort of tone and style.
I want to specify that, like, I am talking shit about it. I had a great time watching it.
Good.
And, like, it, like, one of the things that I was like, what is going on? It's like, so the entire movie, that there's the little brother whose name I don't remember, and his pet in question marks, his pet monkey, that nobody seems to acknowledge except for the little brother. Like, nobody ever in the movie acknowledges that there's a monkey there. Ever. It's never acknowledged except by the little brother. Why is there a monkey there? Like, what is this fucking monkey doing? What? Like, I assume it's definitely gonna end up being a thing from, like, the original cartoon.
Yeah, source
like,
material.
Yeah, it's like, but why is the monkey there? Like, the monkey doesn't do anything. It's just there all the time.
See, I can explain this through the power, the same power that gets most people through the last season of Doctor Who. I don't know.
There's just a monkey there, and you have to accept
that. No, absolutely. In fact, more films should just throw random things at the audience.
I actually kind of agree with that. Just keep people on their toes, I think. You think you know what to expect? Fuck you. Here's a monkey for the entire movie that we're never going to explain. It's just always there. But yeah, like... I started absolutely losing my shit when Racer X showed up, and it's like, oh yeah, we've got a vigilante Formula 1 racer. Why not? Why not? Why not have this? And then, like, it starts to become a really complex, like, anti-capitalist movie where the whole thing is, like, the entire society is now, for some reason, based around these, like, super fast races that are all fixed. And, like, if the races aren't fixed, then, like, most of the big companies will go under because, like, they're all based on these races. It's, like, ends up being, like, kind of like a metaphor and a criticism of how, like, capitalism is fucking everything up.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, like, super deep and complex and shit for, like, a movie for children.
For 6-year-olds, yeah.
For 6-year-olds, but it's also not at all well explored enough to be a good, like, anything for somebody that's not, like, 6 years old. You know? It's so again, I have to ask who this movie is made for, and I don't know.
Considering that last bit we were discussing, like, oh, it's for 6-year-olds intelligence level, I want to retract my statement earlier of, like, it's made for me and people like me.
It's too late, Neko.
Ah, shit.
But so that was really weird. And then it, like, gets to the point where, like, you know, the FBI have made a deal with this vigilante racer and also Speed Racer, and also for some reason the vigilante racer is Speed Racer's dead brother who decided that he needed to fake his own death for reasons that are never fully explained. He just, for some reason, didn't like something, so he decided to fake his own death and get plastic surgery so his family couldn't recognize him and go off and be a vigilante. And then it's like a plot reveal that it turns out that Racer X is actually Speed Racer's brother. And then all of a sudden it's another plot reveal when it turns out that he's not actually Speed Racer's brother. And then it's another plot reveal at the end when it turns out that actually he is Speed Racer's brother. He just faked his own death and got plastic surgery. The reasons. But yeah, they have, like, you know, Speed Racer and Racer X are like have done this deal with this guy who's like going to give them documents that prove everything is like fixed if they help him win the race. And this is like the climactic race. It's like an hour and 45 minutes in, and then the race itself lasts for like, 15, 20 minutes, and it's like super amazing. It's like, oh yeah, high stakes, everything. And they like get to the race that like his brother died on, so it was like the big triumphant moment where he like overcame the demons of his past of like, here's where his brother died and he's now overcome that, and it's like really awesome. And then the race ends and they betray him, and then there's another 40 minutes with another climactic race after that. The movie is 2.5 hours. Ugh. What is this fucking movie?
Glorious.
I was just spellbound the entire time going, oh my god.
That is the correct.
Oh my god. Oh my god. The entire time it was just, oh my god. And then, like, the fact that, like, John Goodman was the dad, and, like, Christina Ricci was his girlfriend, and they were, like, the only actors I recognized, except for the fact that Racer X, for some reason, sounded exactly like Ben Affleck the entire movie.
That was his audition for Batman.
But it wasn't Ben Affleck. I spent the entire movie thinking, like, oh my god, how did they get Ben Affleck for Racer to play Racer X in the Speed Racer movie?
Well, maybe then Zack Snyder saw Speed Racer and thought the same thing and was like, I need Ben Affleck to be my Batman.
No, you know what? I could honestly believe that Zack Snyder saw the Speed Racer movie and tried to hire that guy, but thought it was Ben Affleck and just hired Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Instead. Even like so the entire movie, when it's Racer X on screen, all you see is like his jaw, and his mouth and jaw look exactly like Ben Affleck's. It's fucking wild. So yeah, I watched that on the plane, and I you know what? Fuck it. The other one I watched.
How is it you've watched more films on a plane than you've watched when I recommend actual good ones?
Because when I'm on a plane, I'm in a tiny metal box flying over the sky, and I'm
You're not flying over the
seat.
sky. You're flying in the sky.
I'm flying through the sky,
idiot.
and I'm stuck in the same seat for 20 hours, and I need something to do. And all that's in front of me is a screen with a very strange selection of movies, and a Nintendo Switch that I was too tired to play for a lot of the flight. So I watched two movies on the way to America, and 4 movies on the way back.
Right.
So that was Shang-Chi and Suicide Squad on the way to America. And then on the way back, I watched Looney Tunes Back in Action, which,
right.
That was it was a really fun movie when it was being Looney Tunes. It was a very acceptable kids movie when it was Brendan Fraser doing spy stuff, and then it was just really weird and out of place and baffling for every other bit that was not those two exact bits.
Sounds like an absolute delight.
I did like the fact that they managed to disprove all of the Shaggy memes by having animated Shaggy and Scooby-Doo absolutely tearing into Matthew Lillard over his performance of Shaggy in the movie.
Wait, what? Why?
They were sat around a table and they were very unhappy with his performance.
But he was a great
Lillard,
Shaggy.
He was a great Shaggy. He was standing. He was defending his performance of Shaggy too. They were like having an argument about who was the best Shaggy, and it was a very strange thing to happen. And also, the Brendan Fraser's character DJ punched Brendan Fraser, the actor character in the face.
Right.
His like main thing was like he wanted to be like he's like a security guard at Warner Brothers, but he wants to be a stuntman, and he's like applying for the job of stuntman for a different movie, and like people are telling him like, you're not a stuntman, you're so shit. And he's going, I am a stuntman. You ever see the Mummy movies? Yeah. I was in those movies more than Brendan Fraser is an actual line.
Oh my god, I remember that joke. I remember that.
I thought that was very clever. So yeah, that was a movie. And then the other movie I watched was Little Shop of Horrors.
Right. Never seen it.
It's great. Fantastic.
Okay.
It's got I'll have to send you one of the songs from it. It's a song sung by Steve Martin.
Right.
In which it's kind of like just introducing Steve Martin's character, who was just like fantastic throughout the whole movie. He's like the asshole, like he's like the
Steve Martin has a lot
boyfriend.
of really good roles.
Yeah, you know, it's weird. 'Cause,
Planes,
like,
Trains, Automobile, Cheaper by the Dozen.
What's the Dirty Rotten Scoundrels?
Yeah. Sorry, I started
he was
thinking of
also
Leslie Nelson for a second there. For Naked Gun. I love those films.
I need to watch Naked Gun. I need
They're
to watch
really
them.
funny.
Have you watched Police Squad?
No.
So the character that Leslie Nelson plays in the Naked Gun movies got its start in a 6-episode TV series called Police Squad, which got cancelled because nobody understood its dry humor.
Right. I
and
feel
then
really
eventually-
depressed just hearing that statement.
Yeah. Most of it's available on YouTube, so I highly recommend giving it a look. My all-time favorite scene in any like police drama ever is Leslie Nelson's character is like trying to get information from like a crook at the docks, and they do that whole thing of like, you know, maybe I just need a little something to jog my memory, you know, and Leslie Nelson like pulls out like a $50 bill and goes, you know, like, how's that? Sparrow, come here, buddy. Come on. You know, does this do it? And he goes, yeah, that'll do it. And then they give the whole information. They go, so, why'd you want to know? And Leslie Nelson's like, you know, my memory's a little bit foggy. And will this jog your memory? Pulls out the $50 note and hands it back to it.
Yeah, okay. I definitely have seen that clip.
All right, come on, buddy. In you come. It's great. They also do a really great one where they do like the freeze frame ending that like all those 80s shows used to do.
Right.
They're like doing like the congratulatory like clap on the back, high five. Yeah, we got the bad guy. Freeze frame, and they're all just like standing still, and the bad guy just starts looking around like, what's going on? And he just leaves.
That's amazing.
It's a great show. You'll love it. If you like Naked Gun, you'll love this show. So, yeah. Oh, you know what the other movie Steve Martin was in? He was the bad guy in, what was it, Looney Tunes Back in Action.
Right.
What's the time?
About 9:30.
Alright, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up like the rest of my technology shit that I need to do to get everything back in normal order. And then I might call it.
That's all good.
I'm not calling your stream, that's for you to do, but I need to chill.
Well, I've done 2 gym badges, so like I think that's good, because all I would do is just go to the next city, probably get the next one, do more story stuff. But I could do that in the next stream on Wednesday. Ooh. Spoopy.
Spooky.
Wait, it can't be spooky. It's Christmas.
That's okay. There was a convention I went to called Horror for the Holidays.
That's nice.
I think missing a cord, but that's not right because I didn't take anything out. I do not currently have, so I don't know what the heck is going on here.
Oh no, it's the rival. Okay, I'm gonna battle the rival, then I'm gonna call stream.
Battle the rattle.
The rival.
Oh, rival. What the hell that meant? Battle the rattle.
I'm battling the rattling.
Battle the rattle. I think at some point I must have unplugged that with the intention of taking it with me, and then I didn't.
Jack, no one can see what you're doing.
One of my phone charging cables. Can't find it. Okay, well here's the thing that it plugs into. So I've got that. So where is the cord?
Somewhere.
Not in here. Not in here. Not in here. Is that a burp?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just the way that you said "yep" there. Was that a burp? Yeah.
No, it's just because like, I was very concerned like another one was about to come up.
You sounded halfway between. It sounded like you started that off sounding guilty before sounding like you were not going to care, but also you still didn't want people to know and felt ashamed.
No.
Yeah, I know that wasn't it. It's just that's what it sounded like, and it was very funny.
Cool. I think. Wow, my team's awful.
What have you got?
Just a lot of Pokemon that are like, they might be okay against the grass type, but nothing spectacular, just because like they're either all basic baby forms or weak. Like, I can't send out the starter because it's water type. I can't send out this bug because it's very low HP and it's not very strong. Can't really send out Munna because its psychic type attack is not very good. Can't send out the bird because it's 10 levels below. And can't send out the grass type because that'd be fucking stupid.
How the fuck do you end up with one Pokemon 10 levels below the rest of your team?
Because I caught it in this stream. And it kept dying before it could gain levels.
Sounds like you need to get it some levels, my friend.
Well, that's the sort of stuff that I do off stream. Because I could just do that in the background while I'm like watching something.
Fear. One of my cords is missing. That's very frustrating. Not in this pile here, is it? Shouldn't be, but might be. What the fuck is... Well, the cord that I was looking for has gone missing, but I found another cord that's almost the same kind. I didn't even know I had. So.
That's curious.
Okay. Alright. Let's just swap some cords and plugs around and she'll be right, mate. You are coming out here. You can go there. You can go here. work for now. Here comes moi. And that is success. Okay.
Oh, the bird died again.
Or burb.
That's okay. By the time I do another stream on this, it'll probably be leveled up.
It better be. Alright, well I'm gonna say goodnight now.
Okay. Well,
It was nice catching up with you post
Yeah.
post trip.
yeah,
Probably remember more stuff to tell you
gradually.
gradually. And I'll probably repeat a lot of the stories on my stream tomorrow. If I do a stream tomorrow.
That all
Who knows?
sort of probably depends on whether you get all your cables and stuff in order.
Most of that should be fine by now, I think. But yeah, it's more depends on whether I can be fucked. Because I'm still quite drained.
That's fair enough. Well, I've beaten Sharon,
Yeah.
so I'm also gonna end. Oh fuck, the phone's ringing. Great, there's always more things. It's okay. It's just the professor saying, "Hey, come to the next city, please." It's gonna mash.
Hey, do the thing
button.
you were already doing.
That's not a criticism of this game.
Alright.
This game is quite stellar. Anyway,
I'll catch ya.
yeah, that's you done. That's me done. I'll be back on Wednesday. Good night.
Night night.